Welcome back to the channel. As always, I hope you all are doing amazing. In today's topic, we have why do men stay even though they are unhappy? The women in these videos also let us know what signs we can watch out for. Let's take a look.
Why don't men leave when they're unhappy?
I think one reason why men stay even when they're unhappy is because they're waiting on you to do it. They expected you to do the emotional labor the entire time you were in the relationship, and they also want you to do that exact same labor when you're leaving the relationship or you're ending the relationship. Some men, they don't want to have to explain to family and friends. They don't want to be the quote-unquote bad guy. Even when they were horrible to you while in the relationship, they could have been cheating on you, putting their hands on you, not contributing to the house financially. They could have been a horrible individual, but they don't want it to be said that they left you. They don't want to leave. They want to be able to tell the kids, I tried to make it work, but your mama, it's your mama. And like sometimes men do it, and it's cowardice to me. If you're not happy, if you're going to act like you don't want to be in a relationship, then why don't you go ahead and end it? But sometimes they do that because they want you to have to explain to family and friends. They want to be able to say, I was trying to make it work. It was her. She did it. It's a sad, lonely boy who does this.
Let's be honest. If a man really hates you, he's not going to always come right out and say it. But his actions, his actions scream it. His actions will tell the truth every single time. So here are 4 signs that he really hates you. And again, ladies, pay attention. Number 1, he's always disrespecting you. Not once or twice, but always. He calls you out your name. He talks down to you. He makes slick comments that cut deep. If he can't respect you, he doesn't love you. Point blank. Number 2, he makes you feel like you are a burden. You text him, he takes hours to text back, or hell, he doesn't even respond. When you ask for his time or attention, suddenly you are too needy. But if he wants something from you, you better jump. Yeah, that's hate in disguise. Number 3, he embarrasses you in public. He flirts with other women in front of you. He talks reckless about your business, or he even acts like you're not even there. A man who loves you protects your dignity. He doesn't destroy it. Number 4, he shows 0 effort to make things better. Every relationship has its own problems, but if he sits back and watches you do all the work while you cry, he doesn't care. Someone who loves you will fight for you. They won't make you fight alone. Stop making excuses for a man who's showing you with his actions that he doesn't even like you, let alone love you. You deserve better than someone who treats you like an option, or even better yet.
Why do men who are unhappy in a relationship tend to cling on to other women knowing that they do not want to leave their unhappy relationship?
You providing something that he may not be able to find in them other women, and that's stability. So then he can just go out and get pieces that he desires in a woman from other places, and then just come back and be stable with you. You have to pull yourself out from underneath him, because he's building himself, his relationship, his preferences, all that. He building it on top of you. What he getting from these other women, you don't even see the benefit of it. So it's less about why won't he leave, why he still got somewhere to come back.
There are many reasons why men stay in relationships with women they no longer like or they never liked in the first place, and one of the main reasons is that it's extremely beneficial for them. Male brains are wired to conserve energy because they're hunters. Hunting is a very strenuous task, so whenever they were not out hunting, they had to conserve their energy. Look it up. If he's in a relationship with a woman and they live together, he's receiving many benefits, such as her cooking, her cleaning, her going out and doing the grocery shopping, setting up the calendar, making doctor's appointments, and in some cases, paying half of the bills. If they're in a relationship and don't live together, he's getting regular sex, so he doesn't actually have to go out there and hunt for it. That's why you hear all the time this woman was this man's girlfriend for like 6 years, and then 2 years later, he's married.
I want you to hear me clear. Men make decisions based on what is beneficial to them. And a man will stay with you even though he hates you, because your presence and labor in his life is beneficial to him, and it will be against his own interest to leave you. Your love, your care, your labor in the home, the way that you take care of the children, the way that having a wife benefits him at work, church, school, whatever the fuck that he has going on, especially a lot of these like high-powered jobs, doctors, lawyers, shit like that. They need a wife because they cannot sustain a life on their own. They are getting free emotional and actual labor from you, and that is why they stay. So they would rather stay and have their interests served and hate you than actually be like, you know what, I actually kind of hate this fucking bitch's guts, and being around her is causing me to feel insecure and causing me to feel stressed out, and this really wasn't a good decision for me, so I'm gonna leave because in good conscience I shouldn't be here taking advantage of this person. No, they're going to take advantage of you until they can find another person to fill those needs. That's why oftentimes when women are diagnosed with terminal illnesses, they're left by themselves. The men move on and find their partner before the woman even passes away. These fucking cancer centers and shit are full of women with their men supporting them. A lot of the women are usually left alone. So you have to ask yourself, if I hated this person, I would leave. So why are they still with me? They're very self-serving people, which I don't necessarily think is a hugely bad thing. I think women can be more self-serving than they are, but men will stay with you and hate your fucking guts because it serves their self-interest. Even if it's down to, I know I can come home and have sex with her sometimes. Or I know I come home mad and she's gonna coddle me and try to see what's wrong. Or I know I can come home and she will help me solve a problem. She'll help me with my business. She'll help me with my business plan. She'll help me study. She'll help me with my schoolwork. Whole time he fucking hates you. You gotta know what the fuck going on, queen.
One thing that I hear a lot of women say is that if he doesn't want to be my boyfriend, then why does he keep me around? He keeps you around because you're a resource for him. And I don't want to tell you, because if I just tell you that I'm not the guy flat out, because I know I'm not the guy, but if I tell you that, then you're going to leave. But if you leave, who going to be cooking my meals? Who going to be picking up the laundry and washing the dishes? Who going to be going out on dates with me?
And this is why I think that men who say that women should pick better men are disingenuous, and that most of the time they're lying and they know that they are. This man goes on and talk about how he pretends to be what she's looking for, even though he knows that he's not, because he doesn't want to lose access to the resources that she has. I talked about it before, but I do believe that men do a bit of a cost-benefit analysis when they make a determination, you know, I'm going to stay with her because whatever it is that she's providing me with, I still need that. That's why they won't leave you until they got a new relationship all lined up. Somebody's got to do that cooking and cleaning because he's not going to do it for himself. Some of these men are resource suckers, labor diggers. It's not a coincidence that when he needed you to help him with the bills or help him with his career, that you all got along beautifully. But as soon as he got wherever it is he needed to be, now all y'all do is fight. It's not a coincidence. They'll act like women are crazy when you say that he lied to me. He pretended that he was into me. He made me feel like I was the only one. They'll act like, how would you fall for that? But then they'll turn around and admit that they are amazing actors and that they fool women all the time who they can use.
Things my husband did to let me know that he secretly hated me. 1, textbook. Birthdays, holidays, vacations. He would start something like a week before and would stonewall me, like give me the silent treatment. Like after he started something, he gets pissed off about something random. He would stop talking to me. And then finally, like a day or so before it was time to leave, prepare, or go to, he would start an argument. So now we're having a conversation about the situation, but it's an argument. And then when it's time to leave or go to the party, everything's cool. But I'm still dealing with the remnants of being stonewalled and the argument. But he's like cool and chilling. I'm thinking, from what I'm learning, I don't believe he's a narcissist. I do believe that he has very severe narcissistic traits because of his upbringing. But he was definitely stealing my energy and like stealing my personality so that he can use it for the function, the party, or the trip. Like, so he could, it's so sad to think about. But I can't think of it like that because every time I think of it like that, it always like makes me want to stay married to him or feel bad about, maybe not having as much consideration as I should. He is my husband through sickness and health, but I have to think about the reality of the situation. Like, that man ain't like me, and he can't like me because he don't like him. He likes how much I love him. He loves how much I love him, and he likes my personality, so he can steal it. He was stealing my personality. That is the craziest thing to think about. Like, I told y'all in the last video that I had stopped smoking and drinking and cussing and all that stuff. And it seemed like he started to hate me more because he was still doing those things. He doesn't drink. He's on the Sober Society, Narcotics Anonymous, whatever. So he doesn't drink anymore, but he still smokes and cusses and all that stuff. It seemed like the more I started to better myself, it's like he despised me more. Like, I had lost maybe 40 pounds or whatever. When I was 40 pounds heavier, he was all over me. Like, I was smoking cigarettes. He was all over me. But once I started to really come into who Christ made me to be, and I'm not there yet, I'm far from it, but I'm growing in Christ, he started to push away. So I just named one thing, but that one thing was hard. And I looked it up, like stonewalling. That's one of the number one causes for divorce, because it's no communication, it's no respect, it's emotional abuse. But it's just so sad because I just loved his kisses so much. That's how he would get me, because I'm a sucker. I'm a sucker for kisses. Like, I tell people all the time, I don't know if somebody like me until they kiss me. Because I'd be like, la, 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 in my own little world or whatever. So me being in my own little world, I don't be paying attention if somebody like me. It's just one day they kiss me, and I'm like, oh, okay, you like me. So that's what my husband would do to make me, kind of get back into, or try to get back into my good graces. He would just kiss me so good, but I can't fall for it. I'm done. He's done. I'm done. We selling the house. It's over. Finito.
Today I got confirmation that even if you have the guy, it doesn't mean that he wants to be with you. Doesn't mean he wants to be with you. He will stay out of comfortability. He will stay out of not wanting to be alone. He will stay out of not wanting to be bored. He will stay because it makes sense, even if he doesn't want to be there. And he will wait until the perfect time to tell you. He might wait months before he actually tells you he does not fucking want to be there, all while dreaming and thinking of a better woman or the next woman or someone from the past that he wants to be with. And oh no, they don't talk to their friends about this. They don't talk to their friends about this because they know the friends would either just go along with it or tell them the fucking truth. And to avoid having any kind of accountability, they keep that shit to themselves. No one knows. It's easy to stay with this person, so they just stay. They just stay. Even if they don't fucking want to be there. It's insane. They will literally make you believe that you are the fucking problem, knowing that they're showing narcissistic traits, narcissistic behaviors. They will still find a way to blame that shit on you. Please believe me when I tell you, they know what the fuck they are doing and don't give any grace. And if they do that shit to you, make sure when you find your self-worth that you don't fucking run that shit back. Do not run that shit back and give them a second chance or another opportunity to fucking do you dirty again, to have you in the fucking dumps again, or, oh, now I know what I want and I want you now. Fuck that shit, because you should have treated me like a queen, like a princess, or whatever fucking way you want to be treated, bitch. You should have treated me like that when you had me, not after the fact. There are more men who are turning 40 years old who are just now seeing all the shit that they've done. They are starting to see, oh, I have a daughter and I wouldn't want my daughter's boyfriend or my daughter's husband to treat her that way. So I'm going to start looking at my behaviors now. All of a sudden at 40, you start having these realizations. Watch out for your fucking self at the end of the day. Because when I tell you, when you hear on TikTok that there are men like this out there, listen to me carefully, okay? What I do for a living, I hear about the shit, okay? I hear about it. Please believe that just because you have him does not mean that he's yours and does not mean that he wants to fucking be there.
If you don't hear anything today, hear this. Understand that a man will stay in a relationship, situationship, friendship, partnership, domestic partnership, any type of ship, and be unhappy. You always hear about women who will leave a relationship because they are not happy, while you have men who will stay in a relationship and be unhappy. And as a result of that, he'll make you miserable. Now, you may question, well, how will he make you miserable? How will he do that? He could just leave. Absolutely, he can just leave. That's the easy answer. But what he'll do is he'll form his new relationship while he's in his current relationship, and he'll be complaining to new bae why his current bae is not making him happy. Meanwhile, letting all his frustration out and letting her be his pillow, right? That's where the pillow talking comes into play. That's where they're telling all your secrets and all your relationship problems instead of leaving the relationship. How do I know? I know you're probably asking yourself that. I know because it happened to me. It happened to me. And instead of this man just being, grabbing his and leaving the relationship, he stayed and made me miserable. Now, granted, I should have left him long before I did. I should have paid attention to the red flags and left. But you know how that can be whenever you're dealing with someone who is abusive, who's narcissistic. It's just, without having to get into it, it's complicated. But I say all that to say that a man will stay in a relationship that he's unhappy in, which will then force you to break up with him. Always question a man when he tells you that, I wasn't happy in my old relationship, because I left. I would definitely take that with a grain of salt, because from my experience alone, most men didn't leave those relationships. They stayed in it until the woman made the decision to leave. And for whatever reason the woman made the decision based upon, that is how the relationship ended. Now, I don't need the men who this doesn't apply to comment on this video, because it doesn't apply to you. But in most cases, these niggas will stay in a situation and be unhappy and will in turn make you pay for it. The worst part of my relationship, the hardest part of my relationship, was when I got pregnant and I became a liability in the relationship. He couldn't just dump me, right? I was a ball and chain. Okay, he couldn't just get rid of me. He couldn't just Lacey Peterson me, thank God. So what did he do? He made me miserable. He triangulated me. The abuse got worse. The disrespect got worse. I saw disrespect at that phase of my relationship and during my pregnancy that I had never encountered in my life. I mean, you would think that I sold his firstborn. Men will stay in a situation and not be happy. But if he does that, I guarantee you a lot of them are not emotionally intelligent enough to get out of that situation before they betray your trust. And that's just that on that.
But as women, we have to learn to have some level of discernment, because not all men show any signs of hating you. A lot of men are experts in this craft and you won't even see it coming.
It's such an eye-opening experience when you date the person that hates you. And it's so wild because you don't notice it, because it does not start off like that. They love you in the beginning. They think you're so amazing. They kiss the ground that you walk on. You are literally perfect to them. And then it gets to this point where they feel like you're better than them. And they may even vocalize it and say, you're too good for me. Bitch, that should be your sign to fucking run. If somebody ever tells you you're too good for me, run. Run like hell. And then it'll just start with little comments here and there, and then inconsideration, and then it'll just start full-blown fucking arguments. Just because they hate you, they will stop being considerate of your feelings. They will start making snide remarks about you, whether it's about your weight or your just insecurities that they know that you have in general. Poking fun and giggling, making you feel crazy in your head, just gaslighting you in the most diabolical fucking ways. Like, you could be the star of the show when you walk in the room and they're like, people don't really like you as much as they think. Excuse me? And it's a canon event, I fear. I fear. You're going to meet at least one person that you're going to really like, and you're going to realize that they really hate your fucking guts. They're jealous of you. Your boyfriend is jealous of you. So let me tell y'all about the time I dated a guy who hated me. This was like back in 2019, and I was dating a guy who was a bit younger than me, roughly 5 years younger to be exact. Well, after we had been dating for a while, I let him move in with me. I know, bad decision on my part, but I had let him stay with me, and prior to all of that, he had introduced me to all of his friends. Well, when his friends first met me, they thought that I was very beautiful. They thought I was very smart and strong and wise and all kinds of great things. But I noticed that anytime I would try to accept a compliment, he'll be like, oh, I already said it for you. Or if I was in their presence and they gave me a compliment, he never looked happy, like he wasn't proud at the fact that they were complimenting me. I don't know, I guess he thought they were trying to get with me or something. I don't know. But anytime something exciting happened, or if I accomplished something, or I would tell him about something I was passionate about, he just seemed like he didn't care. And he would say, oh, that's good, but it was never genuine. But one thing I noticed was throughout our relationship, he always tried to do things to humble me. I noticed that he would say things like, okay, simmer down, simmer down. I would love to dress nice anywhere I went. So if we were going somewhere, even to the gas station, he would be like, just wear what you have on. I would have on like a pair of pajamas and a shirt with no bra. And when I tell you, he would hate it when I would be like, hey, let me put on something more presentable. He'll be like, no, just go the way you are. And he would even insist on me getting out of the car. Anybody who knows me personally, you know that I don't like going anywhere looking like just anything. I don't have to always be a Barbie, but I want to at least look presentable. But it seemed like he was always trying to make me look bad. So when we eventually broke up, I started to look back on those moments and be like, you know what? I'm grateful that this is over. So if you're a guy or a girl or whatever, and you have a partner that's always trying to humble you, they don't like you. Heck, they may even be secretly jealous. Who knows? But if they are like that, run.
I'm up getting my morning coffee and scrolling on X, and I'm in this community called Insufferable Women, right? And one of the girls just wrote in the community chat, what are some signs that your man doesn't like you anymore? So let's get into it. 1, he stopped spending money on you. Yeah. The second your man stops spending money on you, he doesn't like you anymore. Like, I don't care. Even when he irritated, when he's mad at you, a man gets like a boost of adrenaline from like spending money on women that he likes. I don't know what it is. This is like one of the craziest things I ever experienced. I had a man cuss me out to my face while he was cash apping me. Like, I was very confused. It was like, I'm irritated with you, but let me let you know that I still like you by sending you some money. He was like, here go this money. I don't want to talk to you for 2 weeks. He put me on punishment, but like, he was still sending me money. So like, when a man really likes you, he's gonna spend money on you. When he stopped liking your ass, he's gonna stop spending money on you. 2, he stops telling you what you're doing to get on his damn nerves. Women naturally get on a man's nerves. It's just a natural thing. We're women, right? We're just girls. We're emotional, we're irrational, and then when you with your man, you become a little ditzy. Like, you do shit with your man you normally would have together by yourself. I don't know what it is. Like, when you are with a man you like, you just become dumb. And so he's communicating to you constantly, like, you need to tighten up. Like, what are you doing? Like, he's going to be telling you, when he likes you, he's going to be telling you what the hell you're doing to irritate the hell out of him. When he stopped telling you what you are doing to get on his fucking nerves, he don't like you no more. A lot of women think the opposite. When a man is criticizing them or critiquing them or telling them what they could be doing better, either in a personal life or in a relationship, so many women get defensive, right? Like, and that used to be me. Like, we talk about wanting a good man, but you really need to be prepared for one, especially if you didn't grow up with a dad, because it can feel like, who you think you're talking to? But no, that is a man's natural like way of communicating. When they like you, they're telling you what they see that you can be doing better, right? So when he stops doing that shit, he don't like you no more. Last but not least, he goes cold. He's just cold. You know when a man is going cold on you, right? Because in the beginning, at least in my experience from the men I've dated, in the beginning, they were very attentive to me. Like, they were like so aware of me. Like, sometimes paying too much attention to me, listening too hard. Like, you couldn't even lie to them because I thought you told me that this happened to you in 2015. Like, damn. When a man likes you, he's attentive. He's listening. He's watching. You know, he's like 10 steps ahead of you. Like, he can tell when you're upset. He's reading in between the lines. Like, men are a lot smarter than they let on. Okay, they are paying attention to every fucking thing. So they're very aware of how you feel and your emotions. And so then they cater to them. Like, in my experience, the men I've dealt with, they cared if I was sad, if I was mad, if I was hungry. Like, what can I do to solve your problem? Because they knew if I was happy, they was gonna be happy. Like, that's just, there is some truth to happy wife, happy life. There just is, right? So the second he stops being attentive, he don't care if you sad, mad, hungry, bitch. If you ate all day, he don't care if your mama's stressing you out. He don't like you no more. And I feel like when this happens, when you start seeing these signs in your relationship, a lot of women take that as a cue to do more. Oh, let me step my cookies up. Let me cook more. Let me clean more. No, give that man what he wants. Because sometimes, a lot of times, honestly, it's not you, right? It's them. When a man starts showing you signs that he doesn't like you anymore, that is not your cue to do more for him. Okay? Because a lot of women do that. Like, the second a man starts retreating, you chase him. Don't do that. Okay? Because it's just going to make him pull back even further. A lot of times, absence is necessary. Absence is necessary. If he act like he don't like your ass, okay, bye. Let him see what life will be like without your presence, without your energy. Because another thing I found in my relationships is every time a man stopped liking me, or the second we split up, I just leveled up. And he just kind of like no shade, but a lot of my energy protects the person I'm with. That's just true. Like, not to say that they don't protect me as well, but like, I'm a divine femme. So you're going to get blessings. You're going to feel better. Things are going to happen for you. That just comes with the territory. So the second I remove my energy from them, and it makes them realize, like, well, damn, this bitch, she made me feel special. She made me feel good. And so that's what you need to do. When the man is showing you signs that he don't like your ass no more, leave. Do not be trying to fight to prove your worthiness to him. Like, that's...
These are some things my husband did that showed me he really hated my guts. Like, real bad. So, number one, he wouldn't take interest in my desires and what interested me, the music I listened to. Like, he wasn't interested in coming into my world. He wanted me to come into his world. He wanted us to become one under the condition that we would only become one to the extent that I would emulate him and the kind of woman he wanted to be with long term. Number two, in our disagreements, he would never just take full accountability and say, okay, let's move on. Like, you know, he wouldn't say, oh, I was wrong, and you know what, how can I improve? He would never say that. His thing would be, okay, I did this, but what about you? I didn't like when you did this on February 17th in 2019. I didn't like when you did this and da-da-da. We can never just come to a conclusion, get to a resolution, and move forward with new insight. We can never just do that, because his thing was, let me flip it back on you because I don't like the spotlight of accountability. Number three, he was not interested in reciprocal sexual encounters. Our sexual encounters were not an exchange of energy and passion. It was a playground for him to be satisfied, and I was never the center. On our honeymoon night, I remember getting up out that bed, and I was like, is this really how I'm about to spend the rest of my time? I had to go the bean, you feel me? I had to go do that on my honeymoon. He didn't care. He just rolled over. He hated me. I didn't even realize it. All right, I think this is what, number 4? He allowed his friends and his friend's wife to disrespect me, and he never stood up for me. So there was an instance, I have it on my YouTube, where I said my pastor's wife tried to fight me, literally tried to fight me, pulled up to my crib and everything. This man never defended me. When I'm talking about, she was going in, she called me fat, she called me this, you built like this, da da da, and he just like, y'all calm down. You hate me. Like, this was the turning point. I gotta do a part 2, because this right here was the turning point. This is when I literally said, oh, he hates me. Even people I don't have to love you to defend you if somebody's wrong as hell. So you tell me this man's supposed to be my husband, he my baby daddy, and you're not even defending me? Oh,